Welcome into the Gridiron Grind. It's Creta 3 and Jimmy G. Jimmy, what's happening, my man?
What's going on, Trey?
Nothing. Just excited to be back another week on the Gridiron Grind. Pretty good week of football. Cowboys got a big win. Horns struggling.
Needed that, man.
Cowboys needed it, yes. Cowboys needed it. Arkansas had a good game. They ended up couldn't pull it out in the end, but I think Arkansas is better than we thought they were going to be.
Yeah, this weekend will be a pretty good test. We'll see. They got to go to Memphis. Memphis has got a string of win against the Power Four at home inside the Liberty Bowl there, so
Yep.
they need to go in there and take care of business.
Yep. All right, we'll get into college football next. Let's start with the NFL. Cowboys beat the Giants, Jimmy, and how what was your pissed off level when Russell Wilson throws a touchdown behind our secondary with 30 seconds left? We're up four. And how nervous were you? Nervous at all? Brandon Aubrey's 64-yarder to send it to OT.
So to answer your first question, I was like, well, Diggs is in midseason form already. That's good. Uh, that was one of those things I just couldn't believe it. I didn't know what coverage was going. I guess it was a zone. I don't know. It looked like a zone if it wasn't zone. And if it was zone, it wasn't deep enough. But yeah, that one I just like, how can this guy go from looking like complete and utter trash, his last 2 years in Seattle, trash in Denver, and now he's in New York and he looks like MVP caliber Russell Wilson. Of course, it's against the Cowboys. Now you
Yeah.
watch next game, he'll look like just just garbage. But man, I couldn't believe it. I said, of course. I was like, that's exactly how the game's going. Of course, he throws a dime right there, wide open receiver. They get the touchdown. Aubrey, surprisingly, I'm not that nervous when he goes to kick,
No.
despite how just nonchalantly his approach is to the football. Like he just kind of, this deal, and then he's just like, all right, and then just kind of strolls up there and kicks it. He doesn't have the approach that like Tucker, Dan Bailey, any of these other NFL kickers got, where it looks like, you're really running to get some momentum, some power behind it. He just sort of strolls up there and lets loose, and I was pretty confident. Like I said, at overtime and for the win.
He reminds me of, when you watch guys like go play golf with guys and they don't swing hard at all, but they can hit the ball a mile. And that's what Brandon Aubrey reminds me of. He just makes such great contact with the
Mhm.
ball, and his foot just has so much force. He looks like he's barely kicking it. I mean, that would have been good from 70 plus, 75. I
That
mean, it
was,
hit the
yeah,
net. It hit the back net.
yeah. How about that? I'm just
I
going,
mean,
man.
and just the accuracy he has from that far. He's the most accurate kicker from 60 plus yards in the history of the NFL.
I'll
I
take
mean,
it. I love it.
and I believe he's also the most accurate kicker after 50 yards in the NFL too. I
I'll
mean,
take that.
his accuracy from that far is just astounding. Best player on our team, on the Cowboys, no doubt about it.
100%. Didn't you? And you know what's crazy? I got online, tried to buy a jersey.
Yeah,
You can only buy one. They have one that they're selling, and the rest of them you got to customize. How do we not have Brandon Aubrey jerseys? Like you can get any custom jersey, any level, whether you want you know, the letters or numbers are going to peel off after the first wash,
yeah.
or you're a contract away from being on the team type jersey. You can get any of them you want, but you got to customize it. I couldn't believe that. I'm going, guys, he's probably our best player. Like let's get the man some jerseys.
Yeah. So Cowboys get a much needed win against the Giants, even though we tried to blow it. And go to Chicago this week, play the Bears, 325. Got to have this one because the schedule's kind of tough the next couple weeks. Packers on deck. I want no part of the Packers right now. So need to
No,
beat the Bears and have a winning record after 3 games. Caleb Williams, anything about the Bears? They're 0-2. Anything about the Bears worry you at all?
you know, um, I I would say no,
But
but
the
after watching
Giants,
Russell
nothing
Wilson,
about the Giants
yeah,
worried me either.
yeah, nothing. I was not worried about Russell Wilson at all. Honestly, I was worried that Jackson Dart may come in and have some kind of rookie success. Now I'm a little bit leery on, man, I hope Caleb Williams doesn't come out and have like a Heisman Trophy, you know, first overall pick kind of moment here with the Bears. I went back and I was like, no, that was Justin Fields we beat. It wasn't Caleb Williams. So I think we got him though, but it's one of those. I don't think we can go in like you said. I think we got to go in and send a message. I don't think we can take this for granted. Painted fingernails or not, they're still in the NFL.
Yep. Need to play better defense. That's for sure. And I don't know if we're capable of playing good defense this year, but if we can play a little bit better defense, I like our offense. Our offense has been pretty spot on. Dak quietly having a great 2 games. One bad interception, but he's having a great 2 games. CeeDee Lamb bounced back. Pickens had a great game. I like our offensive line too. Hopefully BB's back, and I think our offense is really coming together.
Yeah, Clowney, back to the
Got
defense.
Clowney.
Clowney
Yep.
supposed to might suit up on Sunday. And I'm telling you, man, after seeing what Solomon Thomas has been able to give us, if
Yep.
Clowney's got anything left in the tank, our pass rush ability to stop the run, we might be pretty good, uh, pretty good as the year unfolds. And like you said, defense, we're gonna have to figure out a way to stop DJ Moore and Oduze there for
Yeah.
Chicago. So they've got some weapons and a tight end also Kraft. So need to uh, need to make sure we got the defense figured out, man. We can't let the Giants do that to us. Malik
Yep.
Neighbors just had himself a career day.
He did. He's good. He's good. Other thing, NFL Chiefs start out 0-2. Now they play 2 tough opponents: Chargers in Brazil, and then they lose to the Eagles. Um, I forget who they play this week, but I think it's like the Browns or somebody like that.
The Cardinals.
Oh, the Cardinals. I feel bad for the
Or no,
Cardinals.
sorry, that's the 49ers. The Chiefs play
Is it the Browns? I think they play the Browns.
no, the Browns play the Packers.
Oh, who do they play? Let's look at it. The Giants. I feel
The
bad for the
Giants.
Giants because the Chiefs are going to unload some 0-2 frustration on them. And it's Sunday night
Hey,
game.
bet. Hey, they better be Chiefs better go in there and unload on the Giants because if not, the Giants are going to hang around and they're going to start out 0-3.
It's true. It could happen. Could happen.
And Scatterboo impressed me too. I didn't
Yeah,
think that guy, that guy, he's a little bowling ball, man.
he is.
That guy,
Oh, Texas fans know all too well from the
yeah.
Fiesta.
I'm like, okay, it's one thing to do that in college, but let's get up here to the pros. And man, he's impressed me so far this his limited action this year.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Okay, college football recap last week. I mean, the 2 biggest games, and both of them were phenomenal football games. You had Georgia over Tennessee in overtime. Tennessee kicks a field goal, and Georgia scores a touchdown to win by 3. Key number 3. Jimmy had Tennessee plus 3.5. Heck of a game. Georgia just quietly takes care of business every year under Kirby Smart. Nobody talks much about them, but I think they're the best team in the SEC. Georgia is, and a team I've been impressed with offensively. I still have concerns about their defense, but Texas A&M gets the win over Notre Dame in a what was it, like 13 seconds left on fourth
Hmm.
and goal from the 11. Uh, Reed, the quarterback, hits the tight end over the linebacker, one-on-one coverage. Heck of a drive, heck of a play on fourth down. Got to have it. And feel bad for the backup quarterback, Tyler Buckner, dropped a snap for Notre Dame, and A&M
Yeah.
wins by 1. But I tell you, I said it last week. I'll tell you again. This Mario Craver for A&M, he is the best receiver I've seen in the country this year through three weeks. He had over 200 yards receiving against Notre Dame. Notre Dame, that secondary for Notre Dame got lit up, and they got lit up by Miami too. But A&M, their offense impressed me. Their defense still concerns me, but A&M's a legit team this year.
Yeah, I think their weak point, and people may disagree, is Reed. I watched Reed overthrow 3 wide open receivers.
He
That
did.
game didn't have to be as close as it was. He looked like kind of like Dak. He wouldn't get his feet set. he was thrown off his back foot and he overthrew three wide open receivers. I was going, guys, this game doesn't have to be this exciting. Y'all could be blowing them out in South Bend, but no, you're keeping them in it by just bad footwork.
Yeah.
But I agree, man. Their receiving core is phenomenal. I mean, if he can correct what if he can correct the happy feet and start getting the ball in there, and then their backup quarterback wasn't bad either. Played the game before. Um, Looked to be more accurate than Reed, but you're not going to bench
Well,
Marcel Reed.
right. Reed did struggle with actually. He was 17 of
Yeah,
37, so that's not even 50%. But the key stat, he only completed 17 passes, but threw for 360 yards because he had five completions over 20 yards.
yeah,
And Craver, seven catches for 207. Every catch he had, he averaged 30 yards a catch.
yeah. I mean
Long of
that guy.
86 down the sideline. I mean, that cat can go. He's good.
Yeah,
So big win for A&M over Notre Dame. This week, we got three ranked versus ranked games, one in each window. So the early 11 a.m. window, number 17, Texas Tech, at number 16, Utah. Maybe the two best teams in the Big 12. You could probably throw Iowa State up there too, but even though they didn't look great last week, but they're still undefeated. But definitely the Tech's been the most explosive. Now they haven't played anybody, but they've done what you're supposed to do. They've blown out everybody they've
hmm
played. Utah, who was my preseason pick to win the Big 12, looks great. Their quarterback, Dampier, transferred from New Mexico with his offensive coordinator. Utah is legit. They're favored by 3.5. Have you seen much of Tech or Utah this year?
I haven't. I've seen more Tech than I have Utah. And yeah, like you said, Tech just offensively just doing. I mean, they're one of the more impressive offensive teams this year, with along with Oregon and UNT.
Yeah, North
Uh,
Texas looks good too.
yeah, and so yeah, but like you said, Tech hadn't played anybody. It'll be interesting to see what Utah's running game. Uh, It'll be interesting to see Utah's approach, how they're going to stop this high octane offense, but then also keep it on the ground. Find some success running the ball, try
Yep.
to keep that offense on the sideline as long as they
And
can.
Utah is a very physical defense. I mean, it's the Utah of old. They weren't as good last year, but they're back to playing physical defense. I will say Tech catches a bit of a break here because Utah at night is a very tough place to play. Well, it's big noon kickoff, so it's 11 o'clock Central Time. So it's early, so it won't be as rowdy as a night game, but it's 10 o'clock local start. So Utah has got to play at 10 o'clock local start time, which I think is an advantage for Tech because it's not as tough as it would be at a night game. It'll still be tough. Utah's a good team. I've seen Utah play a couple times. Didn't really watch their game last week. I think Utah is, from what I've seen, is probably the better team, but I think it's going to be a great game. Like I would pick Utah. They're only favored by 3.5. I think they're a little bit further along than Tech, but it's hard to judge Tech because they haven't played much. But like I said, they're taking care of business. Uh, Baron Morton, their quarterback, I think he leads the country in passing touchdowns. Texas Tech's quarterback. So I think it's gonna be a great game to watch 11 o'clock. 2:30, you got number 22 Auburn at number 11 OU. OU opened up as a 4-point favorite. That's been bet up to now 7.5. OU's favored by 7.5. Now you remember Jackson Arnold, starting quarterback for Auburn, was a starting quarterback at OU last year, former 5-star. So a revenge spot for him. He really struggles to throw the football. He still can't throw the football. And you're going to see a lot of quarterback runs in this game by Arnold. And then John Mateer, the OU quarterback, loves to throw the foot or loves to run it as well. He can also throw it, something Arnold struggles to do. I think it's going to be a good game, but from what I've seen, OU looks like the better team there. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, Jackson Arnold is one of those guys, highly recruited, got all the stars on paper, and then you get him on the field, and it's just not him. This John Mateer guy is legit. Left Washington State and for greener pastures there in Norman. And I don't have a bet on this one, but if I'm Auburn, I'm a little nervous because
Yeah.
this OU team, as long as Mateer stays healthy, this OU team is legit.
Yeah. I mean, I think OU, their defense is not as good as it's been the last couple years, I don't think, but it's still pretty good. Brent Venables is known for his defense. They took a lot off his plate, so he's really focusing on the defense. Um, Auburn offensive line though is legit. So, but Brent Venables, he knows Arnold's weaknesses. He's going to blitz the
Mhm.
crap out of him, and that's something Venables is known for. I think I just give OU the upper hand in this game. I think they'll win this game. Like I said, open up as a 4 point favorite all the way up to 7.5. And then in the night window, we got number 9, Illinois at number 19, Indiana. Indiana's favored by 6.5. This is kind of the first test for both teams, really. Should be a quiet, good game in the Big Ten. Uh, Indiana's favored. Kurt Signetti got Indiana to the playoff last year. Remember in his preseason press conference? He said, all I do is, I think the
Yeah.
reporter asked him, what do you want the fans of Indiana to know about you? He goes, I want them to know all I do is win. Just Google me. And
Google me was
he
my
lived up to
favorite
it.
quote.
Yeah. And here they are again, both undefeated. Any thoughts on Indiana and your former old ball coach, Brett Bielema?
I think this may be, I think OU and Auburn won, which could turn into a blowout. But I think this game might be the best game of the weekend as
Agreed.
far as a boxing match where it's just back and forth, similar to what we saw A&M Notre Dame last week. Um, this game, like I said, Illinois, Brett Bielema, he's known for the upsets, and this is a prime spot. So if you're Indiana, you got to go in there guns blazing, and Bielema will have some tricks up his sleeve. Like I said, I'm really excited for this. I'm glad this is a night game too. Uh, I think, like I said, I think this has the makings to possibly be the best game of the weekend.
I agree with that. I agree with that. All right. Like we talked about, I mean, I'll touch on it real quick. Well, Arkansas, tough road game after it was a back and forth game with Ole Miss. Taylor Green is playing great for Arkansas. You go to the wire, Arkansas drops the game. Now they got to go on the road to Memphis. What's your between 1 and 10? What's your worry meter? Arkansas traveling to Memphis.
Uh, Maybe a 4, maybe a 5, something like that. Taylor Green, as long as he's healthy, I think we're going to be able to stay in games. Um, I think we should. I think we'll have the better players.
I agree
If
with, I
we'll
mean,
have
yeah,
a better team, that'll be yet to be seen. But I think we'll have the better players. We'll have the best player on the field in Taylor Green. But got to go to Memphis. Memphis, tough place to play. They recruit. We recruit that area. They recruit the state of Arkansas. So this is a big. This is big not only for the season but also for recruiting. So Sam Pittman, Bobby Petrino, everybody needs to go in and just step on the gas and not let up.
yeah. And then my Texas Longhorns, holy cow. Is Arch Manning on the struggle bus or what? Uh,
Dude,
Listen, it was not good. I watched the whole game. He is he's in a bad spot mentally right now. I think my perspective, what's going on with him, if he's not hurt, because everything says he's not hurt. So if he is hurt, that explains everything. But you got to presume he's not. They're saying he's not because, and I don't think he is because he's made some throws that are like, wow. And then the next
yeah,
5 throws are, oh my God, how is he doing that? Yeah. So he has made some good throws. So I don't think he is hurt. I think he's put so much pressure on himself. I think he's allowed all that to get to him. I think he's trying to be perfect. I think he's trying to make the perfect pass. Joel Klatt broke it down. And after Joel Klatt said this, I went back, I thought about it, I went back and watched and I think he might be right. He's processing too fast. He's just so sped up in his own head. He's going through everything so fast, which in turn, I mean, he makes him not be on time and rush stuff. And I think that might be a key. So it's to me, watching him, it's all mental. Obviously, that something can be fixed, and I'm worried. I will say I'm ready to admit, maybe the worst preseason national championship pick I've ever made on the show, picking Texas to win the Natty. Texas is not going to win the national championship there this year. confidently say that. So that I'm already wrong on that one. They're not to me. They're not a playoff team right now either. But I'm not ready to fully push that panic button. But if he looks like that this week against Sam Houston State, I'm pushing it. I'm pushing the panic button. So we'll see. He needs a this is his last confidence booster before SEC play. You gotta look good against Sam Houston State because I was at a JV game earlier tonight, and that JV quarterback I think could put it on Sam Houston State. So we need
Yeah,
Arch
Sam
Manning.
Houston gave what, 2 years in the FBS, going
Yeah,
on three, something like that. Yeah.
I think this is their third year in the FBS,
Yeah.
second or third. And they were good. They were good last year, but they got depleted. Their coach left, took the Temple job. Their whole defense is basically at North Texas right now with their defensive coordinator. So, I mean, they were depleted by the portal. I mean, they're not good. They're 0-3, and they're 0-3 for a reason. They're not good. So, this is his last chance to get a confidence booster, and boy, does he need it. We'll say, though, Texas defense still legit. They'll be in every game because of their defense, but I'm almost there. I'm almost pushing that panic button.
Yeah.
It's not good. That was one of the worst performances by a quarterback I've seen in a maybe ever in a very long time. So, that's the status of my horns in the Arch Manning. Let's move to picks. And wasn't great, Jimmy. It
Mm-mm.
wasn't great last week. I did
It
have a
wasn't.
winning record. Thank you. Thank goodness for college. I went 4-0 in college and 0-3 in the NFL. Uh in my man Jimmy, rough week. Rough week. 2-8. 2 and
All
8.
those unders, all those unders
We
in the NFL didn't hit.
we
I
went it
mean,
heavy. Both of us lost every NFL pick we gave last week. We went under heavy because the week before all the unders hit, and last week all the overs hit. All the overs in the NFL hit except for one game. So um, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. I got I got 8 picks. I got 8 more this week. So I'm ready to
I do
rock and
too.
roll.
Four and
I got
four.
I got 5 college, 4 NFL. So we'll start with Arkansas, Memphis. 2 weeks in a row, I've taken Arkansas's game in the over. I'm going to do it again. I think Arkansas's offense is legit. They're scoring points. I think Memphis can score as well. So I'm going to go Arkansas, Memphis over 61 and a half.
I like it. I'm going to go an over as well. Tech and Utah over 56. Baron Morton, like you said, lead the NCAA in touchdown passes. I think 56 between the two teams. Uh, I don't think that's enough. I think Tech's able to get into the 30s, maybe into the 40s on Utah, and Utah just needs to get 2 touchdowns. And Tech's run defense is really going to be tested, and I I just think 56 isn't enough. So give me the over, Tech and Utah.
I like that. And Utah's quarterback, he's legit now. So you got
Hmm.
two really good quarterbacks going at it. I like the over as well. All right, I got next game. I got 2 bets, same game. It's I think they play for an iron skillet. SMU, TCU, Dallas
Yeah,
Fort Worth rivalry here. I like TCU -6 against the Ponies. Something's off with the Ponies, and TCU has looked really good. So I think TCU wins that game by at least a touchdown. So TCU -6. I also love the over. You have two high-flying offenses. SMU's defense is putrid. I mean, SMU's defense has been bad. I mean, Baylor went nuts on them. I think TCU is going to go nuts on them. I see a high-scoring game. SMU, TCU over 63 and TCU -6.
I have that same over. That furry down there in Fort Worth can fling it,
Yeah.
and I think Rhett Lashley and the Ponies, we know what they can do offensively. 63, not enough. Give me the over as well. I like that pick.
All right, my next one, 2:30. A game I'm actually really excited to watch. Michigan's still ranked for some reason. I think that changes. I'm not taking the side. I think Nebraska wins the game and Michigan's favored by a point. Uh, might have that one on Coffee with Creta on Saturday. I'm gonna look more into it, but I do like the over. I think this is a big spotlight for both quarterbacks. They've already said they're gonna let Underwood for Michigan turn it loose. And I think this is a statement game for Dylan Raiola for Nebraska, and they got a lot of portal receivers. I think they're looking better on offense each week. It's overs in the 40s. We're talking about a college football game. So give me Michigan, Nebraska over 47 and a half.
Yeah, fake Mahomes. That'd be quite the victory for that guy to beat Michigan. My next one's UNT Army. Give me UNT minus 1.5.
I love
Get
that.
that in now. Lock that in now. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe even sprinkle some on the over. UNT just blowing teams out, man. Offensively, just taking care of business. Army's garbage, but UNT minus 1.5. I don't care. I just UNT's offense is going to be too much for Army. 1.5 is not going to be enough.
All right, my last. First of all, I just love that bet. North Texas is legit. They put it on Washington State last week. My last college bet, I got Missouri hosting South Carolina. Bo Perbula, quarterback from Missouri, was the backup at Penn State, transferred because he was going to have to be the backup again. He transferred to Missouri. Missouri is averaging like 40 points a game. They're hosting South Carolina. Don't know the status of South Carolina's quarterback, Lenore Sellers. Even if he plays, I think Missouri takes care of business. Something's off with South Carolina. Vanderbilt put it on them last week. Now I think Vanderbilt's really good. I like Vanderbilt a lot. They actually look like a legit SEC team this year. They got speed. They're big, fast, physical. Vanderbilt's good. I think Missouri puts it on South Carolina as well. It's 9.5. I think Missouri wins this football game by 2 touchdowns. So I like the Missouri Tigers minus 9.5 at home against South Carolina.
Will Muschamp's son plays for Vanderbilt. I thought that was kind of funny. He was
Didn't know
rooting.
that really.
Yeah, Muschamp's son. Don't know if he has any other kids, but I know he's got a son that plays for Vanderbilt, and former head coach of South Carolina, and they fire him, give him like $13 million to leave, and then he's on the sideline rooting for Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt just takes him to the woodshed. I love that. Uh, my last one, rivalry game, but it won't be much of one. Oregon State in Eugene. Give me over 56. Oregon I think Oregon State will come out. Oregon State might even come out and hang 2 touchdowns. That'll be more than enough. I need them to contribute just a little bit, and this is going to hit. Give me Oregon State over 56.
All right. So is that all your college bets?
It's all of them.
That's my 5 college bets as well. So I got 3 NFL and you got 4 NFL.
Yep.
Okay. My first one in the noon window. The Jaguars hosting the Texans. Texans look a little off, and the Jaguars are playing good football to start the season. Jacksonville's at home. I do have 3 favorites. I'm staying away from over-unders this week. I can't get them right the first 2 weeks. So I'm going. I actually got 3 favorites. Uh, Jaguars at home, minus 1.5 against the Texans. I think they've looked like the better team. So I'm going to go Jaguars at home, minus 1.5.
Staying away from the over unders as well. Cowboys Bears. Cowboys minus 1.5. Aubrey kicks a field goal to win. Uh, that covers that. And but I think we come together. I think we're starting to click, like you said. Prescott having a 2 years removed from a MVP caliber season, so
Yep.
we're looking offensively. We look like we've maybe figured some things out. Defensively, we'll see. But I think the Cowboys take care of business. Give me Cowboys minus 1.5.
I love that bet so much. I got it on my card. Cowboys minus 1.5 for everything you just said. I think the Cowboys are the better football team. The Bears just aren't clicking. They blew the game to the Vikings, then got blown out last week against the Lions. I just don't think they're there, and I think the Cowboys offense is good enough. And we have Aubrey, like you said, to kick a game winner. 1.5. I think Cowboys are better than that. So give me the Cowboys minus 1.5 over the Bears.
Yeah, and Caleb Williams is known to quit. He's known to quit on his team,
Yep.
blame his teammates. So even if we're even, okay, Aubrey kicks field goal. That's a winner. My next one, Rams Eagles. Give me Eagles minus 3. I just think Eagles are going to be too much for the Rams. Um, and I just 3. This is going to be a touchdown or more win for the Eagles this week.
It's hard to bet against the Eagles. I mean, they're either the best or second best team in the league. I'd have them and the Bills right up there, as well as the Packers. So yeah, anytime you take a Eagles in a small number, I think it's a good bet. My last one is the Chargers minus 2.5. I've really been impressed with the Chargers so far this season. Jim Harbaugh's got them playing well, and Justin Herbert is playing really good football. They host the Broncos. Broncos are 1-1. Something's off with the Broncos. A lot of hype. Their defense is still pretty good. The offense, Bo Nix is having a sophomore slump, so I'm going to try to call that early. I think the Chargers at home -2.5 is a small enough number that I'm going to take the Chargers -2.5 over the Broncos.
Like that. Packers, Browns, give me the Packers -7. Packers are on one. The way they blew out the Lions, beat them like they did. Browns are winless. I think the Packers and Jordan Love take care of business. Packers -7. 7 won't be enough. This would be a multiple. This would be a 10 plus point win. Last one, Cardinals, 49ers. Give me Cardinals +3. Mac Jones, we know what he is. Uh, and he's not going to continue playing. He had a pretty good game. Not this week. I think the Cardinals come in to the Bay Area and keep it closer than the 49ers think. Kittle's still out, Purdy's out.
Yep.
Uh, Juwan Jennings is on the injury list. He's questionable, dealing with some stuff. McCaffrey's balling out, but we know his
Yep.
history. He's one wrong move away from being gone. And the Cardinals, I think the Cardinals can come in. They can run the ball. They can throw it. I mean, I think they will keep it closer than the 49ers think they will. Give me Cardinals +3.
That's a good bet. That's the right side. You're getting points. Cardinals, excuse me, the 49ers have so many injuries, like you said. Yeah. Can Mac Mac Jones, can he keep that up? He looked good last week, but I mean, he's started enough games. He is what he is. But you say that, and then Daniel Jones looks like the early season MVP for the Colts.
Golly, no joke.
Um, but I think Cardinals are the right play there, +3. I mean, they got this win over the Saints under the belt, so I think that's the right side. Okay, let's do the rundown. So that's 8 bets apiece. Here they are. First for Jimmy. In college, he's got Texas Tech, Utah over 56, SMU, TCU over 63, North Texas -1.5 against Army, Oregon State over 56. In the NFL, Jimmy's got Cowboys -1.5, Eagles -3, Packers -7, Cardinals +3. Myself, I have in college TCU -6, SMU TCU over 63, Arkansas Memphis over 61.5, Michigan Nebraska over 47.5, Missouri -9.5 hosting South Carolina. And then the NFL, I got Cowboys -1.5, Chargers -2.5, and Jaguars -1.5. We got to bounce back this week.
Big
People,
week this week.
big week. People, they can say what they want about our picks. I mean, I'm 8-7 on the year. Jimmy's 6-12, but we're putting ourselves on the line. We got a podcast. We put our
Yeah,
picks out there. I mean, you can tell us, you can fade us or tell us. You can be with us or against us. We put it out there. I mean, everybody has a bad week, but
that's right.
how do you respond, Jimmy? We
That's
might go
right.
16-0 this week.
When a defining moment comes, you either define the moment or the moment defines you, Trey.
Yeah.
We got it. It's a big week this week. I like all our picks. I think we're gonna have a good week.
Some guys are built for the moment, Jimmy. It could be me and you, buddy.
That's right. I think it's us.
All right, that's our show. Like, comment, subscribe. We're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Grind Sports. Give us a listen. Tell your friends about us. We're on. And we'll be back next week. Another big week coming out. I think we'll have it out earlier in the week next week. We had a couple of things going on Wednesdays when we usually record. I think we'll be back to recording on Wednesday next week, so the podcast will be out on Thursday. So check us out. YouTube, Apple Podcast. Jimmy, another great show. We'll holler at you next week, buddy.
All right, buddy. Take it easy.
See ya.